Absolutely. So the focus again shifts back to the pharma space, but we have more details coming in. Puneet joins in to share in more details. Puneet, what's going on in Divis Lab? Can you share more details over here?
Well, there has been, a movement in Novartis, which is, the giant of the medical world. But specific to that action, Divis is one of the key beneficiaries. So let's try and break down what the details are. So FDA approval to a generic version of, Novartis medicine has now been paused. This will be key for Divis going forward. But before that, just some background on what this transaction is. Now, Novartis has particularly appealed for this particular injunction, but, that has been denied to Novartis going forward. They will be, appeals will be made to the court, for making a stay on this particular, this court transaction as well. Now, just to give some background, on 13th of August, the Delaware District Court had, rejected Novartis infringement on a new launch by MSN, which is another peer pharma company, on their launch of the new drug, which is called Entresto. Now the thing is, Novartis is one of the makers of Entresto, the same chemistry with a different name. And once that MSN had launched this particular product, they appealed against infringement rights, which has now been rejected. Currently, FDA had given an approval for the generic version of Entresto to Novartis earlier on, but now that has also been paused down. Why Divis is in news according to this whole transaction is because going forward now, Novartis will have to rely on Divis to give the chemistry for these particular products. It is a positive outcome as Divis supplies this to the innovator, which is Novartis in this particular case, and restriction on any generics entering the market will also reduce the supply as well as would support price and volume going forward. So it's a key benefit to someone like a Divis who supplies to drug makers such as Novartis, and that's probably the reason why Divis is buzzing in trade today. Back to you.
All right, that's the new development that we are looking in Divis Lab, but we'll take this across to our guest for today joining into the show. Saurabh Jain, Equity Head Research from SMC Global Securities, and Rajesh Singh, Senior Technical Analyst from Opulent Investment Advisors join in. Hello and welcome to Ask Profit. Saurabh, first I'll take it across to you. What is your outlook on Divis Lab?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me on the show. See, if you look at the numbers, the quarterly numbers were also good. The management is quite confident about the growth prospects in the domestic as well as in the international market, and this has come like icing on the cake. Surely, I mean, it was clearly said by your correspondent that the Divis will be, it will be non-advantageous side because of this ruling, and Novartis will be dependent on Divis Lab for particular drug. So in that sense, I think the pharmaceutical sector as far as stock is looking good. I think one should look at for the long-term perspective. I think long-term story lies ahead.
Okay, so that's the fundamental view on Divis Lab. But in fact, our first query is also on the short-term outlook on Divis Labs. This is from Chandrasekhar N. I'll come to you, Brajesh, for this one. What is your view on Divis Labs?
So if I talk about for the short term, the trend look positive to me, and since the volume record has been witnesses on the chart, and 4,895 around the stocks has been trading. So present rate can be used to go long, even in the dip towards the level of 4,850. Also, one can take a long position in it. As a stop loss wise, I'll say it has a nice support at 4,600, 4,640 odd level. So one can keep that thing as a stop loss. Regarding what the target has been considered, stock can go towards the level of 5,400 or 5,440, and time frame in that way would be at least for a 1 month to a couple of month time frame.